Shalom, shalom, shalom. Say this your brother Yashaala Menace. Welcome to Empowering Preeminence Multimedia Productions. I want to give all praise to the Most High, the Father Yahweh, who the world calls Jesus. Some people might call him Yeshua, pre and post incarnate in flesh, and the Father Abraham, Father Isaac, and the Father Jacob. All praises, all credits, and all acclamations is exclusive to the Most High Yahweh. I'm gonna get straight to the chase. You heard me. A big shout out, a big salute. You understand to Fope, which stands for our People Edification. The leaders of that camp is the Elder Quanath Yahweh, and also the brother Sham, Prince Sham, because I believe that's what the word Shah means in the Hebrew. 2 years ago, they did a video that they came out and did videos about how the 12 tribe chart is faulty, which I agree, by the way. And they pretty much changed the game in the Israelite community, because these guys were One West. They were heavily One West. You understand? And yet they defied one of the core teachings of the One West groups. You understand? And that is the 12 tribe chart. You heard me? And this time around, they are engaged in a topic that I've been teaching, not necessarily in public for as YouTube videos concerned. I've been teaching since pretty much like 2009-ish. And that's the truth of the matter, that if a woman is not a virgin, she's not compatible for marriage. You understand? As the brother Alayah would say. Forgive me if I think it's, I don't think it's Yashaala, but I think it's Yashaala, something like that. I think it's Alayah, Yashaala. And he said that if a woman does not meet the biblical criteria for a blood covenant contingent marriage, she cannot be a wife. She's been mitigated to concubinage. And that's something that I've been teaching for years. Not necessarily the concubine thing. I've been teaching that for like the past 2 years. And also the brother Yashaala ben Yisrael, shout out to him too, because he really been putting emphasis on the fact that the majority, 99.9% of black women in America, since they don't meet the criteria, they don't fit they're not congruent for marriage according to the standard, the marital standards of the Torah, then they have been mitigated, they have been reduced, and they've been demoted into concubinage. And a concubine is more like a rental. You understand? It's more like renting a vehicle from Enterprise. It'll give you, you understand, a feel good, but it's just for a limited time. You see what I'm saying? But a woman who's actually fit the criteria to be congruent for a blood covenant contingent marriage, you understand? She, with the exception of fornication, she's pretty much long term. You understand? But women who aren't virgins, who surpasses a particular aggregated and gross limit of body computations according to the Torah, they more like they're not your alpha and omega, so to speak. Some other guy was her alpha, and now you might be her omega. You might be her omega. You understand? Because Michael Kimmerism is definitely legit. You dig? So salute to those two brothers for bringing it out. You understand? To me, it's arguably the most uncomfortable topic, because the problem is many black women in America, especially those who claim to be Israelites, wants to get married, but the problem is they're only good to be a concubine. They're only good to be a rental. You dig? They're only good to be a rental. You understand? They're not congruent nor consonant for their blood covenant contingent marital affairs. You heard me? So So once again, salute and shout to Elder Quanathia Awada and also the brother Sham for bringing this out. You understand? And you can tell that they one of those rare brothers that actually are seeking truth. Not seeking truth where it's convenient to them. Even as it's inconvenient, if it's in the Bible and it's still in circulation, hey, look. You understand? Lead not to your own understanding, right? Proverbs chapter 3. So they have to lead into the understanding of Yahweh. You understand? It makes them change themselves. So they can continue to make progress into godhood. You understand? To make a transition from just manhood to godhood. You heard me? And like I said, I've been a super advocate of virginity. A super advocate. Ever since, I made references back in 2018 in the video that I did. You can check it out on this platform right here. You dig? I did a video about this black woman who claimed to be a 50-year-old virgin. Maybe she was a 50-year-old virgin. I don't know. Her name was Yvette. She was in the audience, among the audience. She was in the audience. You dig? On the Wendy Williams show. And she said she's a 50-year-old virgin and proud of it. You understand? So I made references to me and his other brother from Connecticut, I believe. And we've been talking about this for years. You understand? About women who are sexually inexperienced. If the Most High would arrange for us to be married, of course it will be with a woman who's sexually inexperienced. You understand? So I did make reference to that, but I didn't really do a video per se as far as teaching that any woman, any Israelite woman who surpasses an aggregated and gross limit of body computations according to the Torah, which is 2, according to Deuteronomy chapter 24, verses 1 through 4, she does not meet the criteria, especially she's not a virgin. She does not meet the criteria of a true blood covenant, as the brother Alayah would say, marriage, blood covenant marriage. For the woman who has a body count of 3 or more, you understand, they have been mitigated, reduced, and demoted into concubinage. You understand? So a concubine, once again, is they are subpar to that of a wife, but they still assume the role of a wife, but they don't biblically meet the criteria to be the quintessential wife. You understand? It's kind of like the area and the perimeter thing in geometry. The area is like the quintessential thing. The perimeter is something that disseminates and circulates the area. So women who aren't virgins, they more like the perimeter. But women who are virgins, they like the area. You understand? They're the focal point. You heard me? So once again, man, salute to those brothers for bringing it out. Like I said, man, it was a great edifying video. And I can tell the women who follows them was feeling some kind of way, but you can also tell that they weren't trying to contend. They wasn't being contentious. You understand? Like they wasn't fighting with it. They wasn't fighting against it, because let's keep it real. Like I said, your average black woman in America do not fit the criteria to be married. They do not fit the criteria to be a wife according to the Bible. They only fit the criteria to be a concubine or a seasonal. It's kind of like when you're applying for Home Depot or Lowe's. You understand? You're not applying part-time or full-time. You're only applying as a seasonal associate. You heard me? More like a transitory companion. Something that's not long-term. Something that's short-term. Still give you pleasure. You understand? But nothing long-term. But a woman who's congruent and fit the criteria, who has a low body count, a very low body count to a virgin, according to the Torah, she's long-term. She's more long-term. You understand? She more of a till death do you part type wife. You understand? But a woman who surpasses a particular aggregated and gross limit of body counts, body computation, according to the Torah, she's more like I said, she like in football terms, she is to be waived. You understand? After a while, you heard me. Um, like, okay, we took you in, we got you off the street, so to speak. Work for us a little bit, do a little practice, hire you in the practice squad. If you can make it to the 53-man roster, you understand? You make it to the 53-man roster. But after a while, you understand, because you have a history of being plagued with injuries, and we can kind of foresee that coming, you may not be with us for a while. That's why they give football players, minimum contracts. You understand? So it's kind of same thing with this. You give a minimal contract with the concubines. You understand? They're just transitory, but you can still utilize them. You dig? So yeah, man, that's all I wanted to say. You dig? I really appreciate where this is going in the Israelite community, because this is the 2020s. You dig? We can't carry on that same ignorance we carried on in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. This is 2020s now. You understand? Why not introduce something that can really make a proposition of a full master cleanse of the Hebrew Israelite movement, especially from the doctrine that we've been plagued with, the doctrine that's man-made, that's man contingent, and not Yahweh contingent. It's not Yahweh base. You heard me? So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. You dig? Y'all be sure to hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. You heard me? And also hit that notification bell, so whenever I drop on my next project, you'll be instantaneously notified. Maybe. You understand? Y'all know how YouTube is. You heard me? Press the notification button, drop out my next material, and you still don't get notified. That's just how it is. You heard me? So once again, I'm gonna give all praise to the Most High. You understand? The center of my existence. You heard me? And thank y'all for tuning in Empowering Preeminence, Multimedia Productions. Just be looking forward to be dropping more content like this, you heard me? Among other things too, because I don't be one-dimensional. I've been very, very thorough and adamant on this subject for damn near 2 years. You dig? And I gotta be, but I won't be one-dimensional. I don't want to go overkill. You heard me? So I'm definitely going to engage in other topics other than just this, but this needs to be talked about definitely. You heard me? So for that, I conclude with this, fellas. For those of you who have tuned into Empowering Preeminence, y'all know that I always end with this creed right here. You heard me? Be a majestic, transcendental alpha, not a pathetic, detrimental beta. Be a majestic, transcendental alpha, not a pathetic, detrimental beta. You heard me? And for that, I'm out here. You heard me? Shalom. Peace.